But don't we already have that? Isn't that what the medium-term expenditure framework is about, the MTEF?
Okay.
Not exactly.
There is a complete difference. You see, Nigerians are confused. There is a complete difference between medium-term national development plan with medium-term expenditure plan. When you are talking about medium-term expenditure plan, you are talking about a 3-year expectation about spending. When you are talking about medium-term national development plan, you are talking about a holistic document that defines within a 5-year period what are the expected income, what are the expected expenditure, what is the medium-term expenditure framework, what is the medium-term revenue framework, so that at the end of the day, you see, we have a federation. Mm-hmm. We have 774 local governments, we have 36 states and FCT, and the federal government level. You can't do a realistic development planning in the absence of a consensus garnered around the table incorporating these 3 types of government. And that is what we have been missing. For over 28 years, we have never had a 5-year medium national development plan. And that is all this wrangling that you are seeing about budget is because we have abandoned the planning development culture. And as a developing economy, we can't expect to be where we are with this kind of scenario. Look at what Indians are doing. For over 70 years now, India have had consistent culture of national development planning. I told you last time when I appeared, I was at Indian Planning Commission. In 2011 to between 2009 to 2013, because of the consistency in the planning culture in India, because of the predictability of their macroeconomic projections, because of their culture of discipline in fiscal spending, they are able to attract $478 billion in public-private partnership. We are budgeting $26.3 billion for a $190 billion economy. Are we really serious? I think we need to work as a nation to jettison this culture. All this wrangling about delay in budget is because we have refused to do what is right. The federal government, the state government, the local governments need to work as a team. Let us go back to real planning development culture. The economic recovery and growth plan, I have said it, will never lead us to the expectation that we are having.
Well, Professor, I think Nigerians would agree with that, look, things are not what they should be. And we know that the wider political culture is affecting governance. And I want to ask you about that. When you look at the way the federation is currently structured, and you have local governments tasked with the responsibility of offering services at that level, you have state governments supposed to offer services at that level, state houses of assembly meant to execute constituency projects. Now at the federal level, the legislature wants to execute constituency projects for these other tiers.
Yeah.
Is that the way to go? Do you believe that the federal legislature should be embarking on these zonal intervention projects? Is that their priority, in your view?
You see, as the senator said, democracy is about the people. The legislature is composed of people representing constituents. The constituents have expectations and needs. The federal government is there. The state government is there, the local government is there. The question is, as elites, as leaders of the people, is it difficult for us to sit down, put everything on the table so that everybody's expectation will be incorporated and encapsulated into a realistic program of action that meets everybody's expectation? The reality is that you can't operate in an economy like ours with 3 federating units independently. Federal government doing the best it cannot succeed alone. State governments doing the best alone cannot succeed alone, because development is a mutually reinforcing phenomenon. Actions at the federal level will have positive multiplier effects on the action of the state government and the local government level. And we are operating one single economy, serving one set of people, Nigerians. So the issue is, whatever are the expectations of people, whether they are members of the National Assembly, members of the executive, state houses of assembly, as citizens of this country, as independent people, the biggest black country in Africa, the largest, we should be able to sit down. No, you see, I am talking more about our failure, including myself.
No, but
our failure as elites to work as a team toward doing the best for the people that have toiled and swelled to keep us to where we are.
I want to be very precise here. If you look at what is on the exclusive list right now, so many things that the federal government has to take care of, as it is today.
Certainly.
Scarce resources. Now, the question I'm asking you is about whether those resources should be divided in such a manner that even the federal legislature is involved in the execution of projects at the grassroots level, given the fact that there's a local government and a state government in the country as it is today. That's what I'm asking.
Well, logically, the legislatures, members of the legislature have no business in doing contract or awarding contract. Their role is to make laws for the good governance of this country. And that is the reality. So, but where they have needs from their constituents, there is nothing bad in bringing those needs of the constituents into the budget process in such a way that it will be harmonized with the needs of the executive and everybody, because everybody is working for the people of Nigeria. And the best thing that the Nigerians want is that they have elected, because it's not everybody that can be in the executive and legislature, and that is why we have representation. So the expectation is that the representatives will do the best for the people as their own representatives, since nobody can, it's not everybody that should be there. But what we are saying is that there is an element of elite failure for them to sit down and agree what is the best of the people. Because, you see, the resources that we have in this country is very insignificant. You can't be budgeting, as I've said, $26.3 billion when other countries, for example, like India, is spending $490 billion. When Indonesia is budgeting $140 billion, when Brazil is budgeting over $1 trillion,
I'm afraid I have to interrupt you, Prof.
I know you are.
Yes, I have to. I'm afraid I have to. Let me quickly. I'm going to pose a question to Senator Abdullahi, but he will get the chance to answer the question when we come back. I think the question will be impact. What impact are you hoping this 2018 budget will have? We know that we're in a political year, and we're already entering the political cycle. You see, you're closing plenary on Thursday for ward congresses. That's a clear sign that politics is on. What impact are you hoping that this budget will have? In just a moment, please stay with us.